I'm going to be responding to hate comments and just comments that are kind of funny. So yesterday, someone went on a little rampage on my TikTok page, so I'm going to respond to their comments. So at the top, you can probably see that it says TikTok tick. First of all, that's incredibly unoriginal because a lot of people say that. So first of all, 1 point off for being unoriginal. And secondly, it's just wrong because my tics exploded 12 years ago, long before TikTok even existed. Secondly, they say that pandas is not a recognised condition. It's grasping at straws now. Pandas is in the International Classification of Diseases 10 and 11, and pandas is treated at the Stanford Immune Behavioural Health Clinic, and it's also recognised by Harvard. And then they say, you are aware that pandas isn't recognised by the NHS. Technically that is true. However, ADHD was not recognised by the NHS until the year 2000, and I'm pretty sure it was a real and valid condition before then. Sadly, this lack of recognition of pandas under the NHS requires many families to go into the private sector to get the appropriate care. So hopefully in the coming years, pandas will be fully recognised by the NHS. Some people do get care for pandas under the NHS, but it is quite difficult at times. And the next is, it's very apparent that you're absolutely fine. Make friends another way. This is very strange to me because it was a video about fatigue. How is having fatigue supposed to make me make friends? It stops me from going out when I want to go out, so it actually has the opposite effect, really. And then at the bottom it just says, she's lying. And what's really funny is that video was like 13 seconds long or something like that. It was just very short. And I've been living with my condition for years. So I'm like, how do you think you can tell years worth of medical experiences that I've had in 13 seconds? Okay, so this is where I got a message from someone saying, anyone heard of electronic harassment? Do you know the symptoms of being a targeted individual and assaulted with microwave weapons? And then it's saying, then how do you expect to understand why people are sick in such strange ways and acting weird? Okay, so I'm very open-minded. I believe that that's possible. However, I know that that's not what's causing my health issues. I likely have PANS and possibly Lyme. And, you know, I have had tics since I was 4 years old when there was much less technology around. So my first tic was at the age of 4. So, you know, I think the only electronic harassment I'm getting is these repeated comments from the same person. So the one here, just because you twitched one time does not mean that you have Tourette's syndrome. First of all, it's Tourette's syndrome. Second of all, I've twitched a lot more than once. As I said, my first tic was at the age of 4, but my tics exploded 12 years ago. When I was 12 years old, I listed over 50 different tics that I had that occurred every day. And I've ticked a lot more since then. I've had thousands of different tics that have come and gone. Definitely twitched more than once. Now this one isn't a hate comment, but it just made me laugh because apparently Jesus watches my videos and he's confused. Okay, there's one we got here. 10 alveolar clicks / ticks in the first 1 minute 53 seconds of this video that I caught, and they are super annoying. 3 without review upon initial view without replay. 10 ticks, 3 When you say, and they are super annoying, I think they actually mean it's annoying for them. But, like, if it's annoying for them, why do they go through my videos counting the tics that I have? That's very bizarre. And the same person, actually, is the one who wrote the comment above that. And at the bottom it says, no, you have picked it up because you've heard this often and incorporated it into your speech pattern. They are referring to my tics. Okay, my tics yell my dick fell off when I go out in public. Where have I heard that before? You know, I have never heard someone do that before. I am the only one I know who does that. There are also many other things I tick that I have never heard someone say before because I tick very, very bizarre phrases. So I'm like, no, I definitely haven't heard it from someone else and picked it up. Again, my first tick was at the age of 4 and I had never seen someone tick before then. Okay, so I don't think this is a hate comment. I think it's a genuine question. But it's basically asking, can you prevent tics by gagging or silencing someone's ability to talk, like duct tape, fill up the mouth, or numbing tongue? I personally wouldn't recommend that, because if you did that to someone with Tourette's, they would probably hate you, they probably wouldn't appreciate it, and it could potentially be dangerous as well, like, if you don't want to suffocate someone, obviously. So I'd say don't do that, and again, it's actually not going to prevent the neurological signals getting sent from the brain. Might muffle it slightly, like you might muffle the vocal tick slightly, but again, I wouldn't recommend it because that could be dangerous, and if you did that to a person with Tourette's, we would not appreciate it. There's a tick at the top that says, I find it weird that you didn't tick once in the video, and I hearted it because it's true that I didn't really tick that much in the video, which ironically the other person that commented saying I did 10 alveolar clicks. But yeah, I actually didn't tick much in that video, and I hearted it because at that point in my life, I'd gone almost 2 years hardly ever ticking due to going dairy free. Dairy was triggering off my symptoms, brain inflammation. But usually those sorts of comments wouldn't be appreciated, because I know that person probably didn't mean any harm, but the thing is, people don't tick all the time. I am not ticking right now because I often go hours without ticking, but that doesn't mean my ticks are mild. When I do tick, they are quite extreme. I throw things, I yell phrases, I swear, all that stuff. It can be quite extreme. So, you know, people with Tourette's, we usually don't tick all the time.